شوارع وتبتدي على الصفايح وعلى علب وعلى اي حاجه ممكنه، والفكره دي تتحول لفن، والفن ده يتحول لابداع، والابداع ده يبهر العالم كله، يبقى احنا مش قدام مجرد نوع من انواع الفن، احنا قدام ظاهره. ستومب واحده من اهم الفرق اللي تعتمد في عروضها على الايقاع والرقص المختلف. ابهروا ملايين الناس حول العالم بعروضهم، والنهارده هم على اتم استعداد ان هم يبهروا مصر. They took their magic brooms all the way from London and New York, and they're here in Cairo, and they're ready to amaze us, to stun us, and to get us all stumped. Let me first say that I'm honored and it's a pleasure for me to be sitting just 1-on-6 with you guys, and welcome to Egypt.
Thank you very much. There's 6 of us, there's more to come.
I know. First of all, let me introduce, that's exactly what I was just going to say. What the interview we're having right now is with the first 6 who arrived to Cairo actually, but of course the whole performance includes
8 in the show. On stage at any given time, and within every company there's 12 performers.
Yeah, perfect. So let me first go with introducing you guys. You go first.
Jabbar.
Arin.
Melanie.
Paul. Peter.
And Fraser.
And Sherif. Nice meeting you. Of course, first of all, I'm just going to begin from the very beginning, from the idea itself. I mean, Stomp was just an idea. First of all, how did it all begin? And that, I think that dates back to the early 90s, right? Or before?
In fact, Fraser's the best person.
It does.
So please, tell us more about
To be qualified for this, this answer.
It was 1991 we first did the show. The idea stems from, I don't know whether it happens in Egypt, there's an idea in Britain called busking, where performers just play in the street, and that's where they get their money. So they're not doing it in theatres, they're not doing it in gigs, they're just on the street, playing what they play.
In the whole world in Europe also, I think.
Absolutely. Well, buskers from Britain travel all Europe, and certainly it's everywhere now.
Yeah.
And the idea from Stomp came from the busking tradition. That the drummer and the creator of the show, rather than carrying around a drum kit, it seemed like it made more sense to play whatever was around you, whether it was a dustbin next to you, a lampshade, a wall, a table. It was like there's your drum kit around you.
Yeah.
So that sort of was encompassed in their busking show. And then around 1990, 1991, the idea was to actually create a whole show using that concept and take it off the streets where it had come from, but put it into theatre context to see if an audience could actually understand and deal with the show that was purely rhythmical, and would touch them in the way that a theatre show would do. And that was a kind of experiment in 1991. The show was a lot shorter. It was a 40-minute show, and it's just snowballed from there and become what it has over 17 years. But that's the acorn. But that became
exactly. That's how it all started. Does anyone have anything to add on this? Well, this is it.
I wish it was a 40-minute show now.
I can definitely understand.
We didn't get paid.
Well, that's no good.
No, exactly.
I think Fraser said it all. Really, it's from the streets, and it's about that.
I think this is the spirit that it carries. Afterwards.
Certainly.
You all know that stomp is what you do, but where does the word stomp come from? I mean, what's stomping? Stomp, what does it mean?
Basically, when you stamp your foot on the floor.
Nice.
That's stomping. You have a better shoe than mine. Yeah. It's actually
sound, man.
That's a stomp right there.
So this is it. Okay.
And also, I'm not sure whether. I mean, that's our interpretation of it very much. Straight to the floor. But I mean,
the actual word.
In the 50s, it was dances.
It used to be a dance. There's a dance.
Was it tap dancing, or does it
not strictly tap.
It's like that.
Just like that. I see. No, you're just. I believe you, okay? I trust you. You're the stompers here, okay? I trust you. Anything you say, I trust.
That's a big mistake right there.
Yeah, I just began to realize that. Anyways, so how many shows? I know that I understand that there are many companies. I mean, how many shows go under the name Stomp? There's the New York production, there's the London one, and there's Stomp Out Loud, and there's. How many shows go under that name? I mean, how many companies are you?
There's
London,
five shows of Stomp, and then one Stomp Out Loud.
Yeah.
Stomp Out Loud is Vegas show.
Oh, okay.
So that's
and strictly Vegas.
Purely Vegas.
Purely
that's
Vegas.
actually kind of double the size. It's kind of 16 performers, where we use 8. It's kind of 16. So, and then there's five troops of Stomp.
LFO as well.
And
wow.
the kind of, there's one in New York, one in England, and 3 that tour constantly.
Which is one of the touring. You combo everyone.
We're the super group.
Because special.
The super group, yeah,
I understand.
So sometimes what happens is, I mean, performers, and this is the beauty of Stomp as well, performers come and go. It can be like, you can look at it as a pool of footballers. You know?
Yeah, it's
and
like a game.
You use your teams, or you transfer to New York, London, wherever. But there are times that come up where the European tour would normally, if they were free, would have been doing Cairo.
Oh yeah.
But thankfully for us, you know, I needed to make an extra cast. So you pull in people that have all done Stomp from various parts, be it America, be it Europe, London, wherever. And you put another cast together, and that's the cast that are here.
Perfect. And this gets to the next question: how much, or to what extent there is room for improv in your shows? I mean, if there are joint ventures, if there are joint corporations, is there a place for improv in the actual performances?
Oh yeah.
Or everything is timed?
we have loads of space for improvisation. Of course, some of the show is written, and we have to be in a certain space at a certain time and for the choreography. But within the show, though, there's so much space for your personality to shine, and for playing wise, you have your own solos that you can make up, and there's tons of space. That's why the show is always it always evolves and changes, and because people come in and they improvise and stretch it in one way and the other way. And
so basically, every time you're on stage, it's different.
Yeah.
You're never bored.
No.
You're lucky. You're very lucky.
That not only goes for the actual 8 performers who are performing together, that makes a difference. The fact that we're playing to a different audience every night.
Yeah,
it's very much physicality between audience and performers that creates the energy that's happening that night for that night only.
Of course.
So there's a lot of dynamics going on with the show. It's a very dynamic, high energy show.
The New York Daily News described Stomp as interactively orchestrated and vigorously choreographed.